Hello, everyone, and welcome to the community. Today, we'll be covering the case of 11-year-old Ahmir Jolliff. This case begins in the city of Perry, located in the state of Iowa, 40 miles northwest of Des Moines. Ahmir Jolliff was a student at Perry Middle and High School, where he was known for his compassion and ability to bring immense joy to his family and friends. On Thursday, January 4th, 2024, it was a typical day for Ahmir, who is affectionately known as Smiley. It was his first day back from winter break when 17-year-old Dylan Butler brought a pump-action shotgun and a small caliber handgun to the school cafeteria and began shooting, injuring 7 and killing 11-year-old Ahmir Jolliff. In the wake of the massacre, the principal, Dan Barberger, was later pronounced dead after being wounded trying to protect kids.
Everyone in that school this morning is at home right now. They're having to carry this tragedy with them and process it throughout the day. Larissa Leone spoke to one of the students who unfortunately saw part of this scene unfold. We're going to go to her now with that. Larissa, what can you tell us?
Stephanie, I feel like the word tragedy doesn't even explain what happened today at Perry Middle and High School. I spoke to one student who says if it wasn't for his intuition, he doesn't believe he would be alive today.
Woke up, normal day, took a shower, and then on my way to school. I walked in right away, went to the restroom to just stand there for a while until lunch or breakfast opened up. And as I was waiting there, I heard someone moving around, and I looked through the little crack in the stall, and I realized it was Dylan. And as he looked at me through the crack, he opened his duffel bag and hooked it up. And right away, I stood there for a couple more minutes, and my body just told me, you're not supposed to be here, leave. I went to the other restroom and used the restroom, and I washed my hands, and right as I left, I walked around the corner to the lunchroom, and I heard 5 bangs. I saw people running towards me, telling me to run, so I turned around and I tried helping people alongside me, telling them to run. And they followed, and we exited the building. My friend, he's in critical condition in surgery right now, and it's just really sad to hear. I felt kind of stunned because I never thought in such a small town like Perry something like this would ever happen, and when it really happens, it's really more serious than you really think. It's just traumatizing because honestly, he could have just killed me then and there.
Father of a boy gunned down in America's latest mass shooting is trying to grasp how this tragedy happened. On Thursday, a 17-year-old gunman shot and killed Ahmir Jolliff, wounded 7 others, and then turned the gun on himself. The victim's father lives in Israel, which is currently at war. He says he never thought his son would die at school.
The life of 11-year-old Ahmir Jolliff was cut short in a shooting in the building behind me, containing both Perry Middle and High School. But his biological father says he doesn't seek justice, but rather peace.
For him to be gone and his light is, my son was amazing.
That's Zavadiah Fouch. Fouch reached out to KCCI and said he's the biological father of Ahmir Jolliff. Jolliff is the 11-year-old student who was shot and killed at Perry Middle and High School on Thursday. Fouch says Ahmir, who he calls a star, was a model of selflessness, even in the way he played with other kids.
He used to leave toys out, in the front and allow them, the friends, to come and play, and the ones that didn't have toys, he would give to them and allow them to take it home.
Fauch says he's been living in Israel for the last 7 years and hasn't seen Ahmir since this picture was taken at the pool 5 years ago. Ahmir was one of 2 kids Fauch had with his first wife, Erica. Fauch said he got the news of Ahmir's death Friday afternoon when Ahmir's mother told him what happened.
I never encountered anything like this in my life. It's overwhelming. It's hard for me to take in.
He says living amidst the war in Israel, the shooting in Iowa was the last thing he expected to hear about.
Like 2 countries are at war, but my son's life gets taken at school? It's like, how do that make sense?
However,
Now, this is my first video, and while researching, I could barely get through it. Seeing how awesome of a kid he is, I couldn't help but to tear up reading about him. Such a senseless act. And it was said that the shooter was bullied constantly in his life, but that is no excuse to claim innocent lives. Ahmir's biological father stated that Ahmir would leave toys out for other kids to play, showing how generous and beautiful his light is. My bet is that if Dylan had ran into Ahmir on some better terms, he would have been more than happy to call him friend. Ahmir's mother, Erica Jolliff, stated that her son couldn't wait to get to school, and that he even left a few minutes earlier than his sister. In the chaos of the shooting, Miss Jolliff frantically searched for her children after seeing the massive presence of authorities. She found her daughter unharmed, but sadly, she couldn't find Ahmir. Later on, she found out that he was one of the 2 victims of the shooting. My heart goes out to my mother. I have 4 kids of my own, and I couldn't imagine learning of a school shooting at their school. Imagine one minute you're just going about your normal day, and then you find out that the school your children go to has been involved in the school shooting. Imagine not being able to find one of your children alive. Imagine finding out that your child who left home full of life and joy has been taken away. Imagine just being helpless. And that joy and that light that your child had and that body so full of life is now gone. My heart and my prayers go out to Miss Jolliff. Ahmir deserves to be here. He had so much to give to this world. And rest in heaven, beautiful soul. Thank you, Ahmir Jolliff, for what you did for those around you in your short time here. This case is so sad, but it represents the continued decline in mental stability in our society. Everyone, please pray for Ahmir's family as they traverse through the pain of the loss. And let's continue to bring light to the crimes committed against the children in this world. We must protect our youth. No small coffins.